Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and this is week 4, lecture 1 for statistics. And for today's lesson, we are going to discuss presentation of paired data, and we are going to focus on two methods. These are the scatter plot and time series graph. So first, let's read the learning objectives. So at the end of this lesson, you are expected to learn how to represent paired samples or paired data, and of course, graph data using a scatter plot and time series graph. First, let's define what paired data means. So for paired data, each element in the first dataset corresponds or matches with another element in the second dataset. Let's start with the first method of representing paired data. We have the scatter plot. So when do we use scatter plots? It is used to plot data points on the Cartesian plane, a horizontal and vertical axis, and it is used to show relationship or association between two variables. So this is perfect when you want to find out if there is a relationship between two given variables. Say for example, we want to know if there is a relationship between the height and the weight of students. Say for example, ang question natin, will height affect the weight of randomly selected students of PSBC? So this is the height and weight of 10 randomly selected college students. Now, let's read the following steps. When constructing scatter plots, okay, ulit. When constructing scatter plots, first you have to draw a horizontal line. This is the x-axis for the first variable. And then, after that, input proper label and mark each data point on the horizontal line, observing proper intervals. So you have to observe equal intervals, and of course, you have to use appropriate intervals then. So take notice of your given data points or data set, and then decide on the most appropriate interval to be used on your data or your representation. Now, let's have number 2. Draw a vertical line or the y-axis for the second variable. Again, input proper label and mark each data point on the, this should be vertical line, observing proper intervals. And finally, plot each ordered pair on the Cartesian plane. And also, I included here some notes. When you are using scatter plot to show relationship or association between two variables, this is the convention. The horizontal line or the x-axis is used for the independent variable, the variable that will not be affected by the other variable. While the vertical line, the y-axis, is for the dependent variable, yung nakarely dun sa isa pang variable. In our case here, the weight of the students, we want to find out if the weight of the students is dependent on the height. Meron bang truth or totoo ba yung isang kiniklaim na ang weight ay depende sa height. Habang tumataas or habang tumatangkad, yung mga individuals, bumibigat din sila. So, totoo ba yung claim na yon? So, the weight here is dependent on the height. So, our independent variable is the height and the dependent variable is the weight. Now, I presented this lesson using Microsoft document on purpose kasi diretso na tayo sa tutorial kung paano mag-insert ng graph. So, although binigay ko sa inyo dito yung steps on how to manually create your graph, to make it easier, I encourage you to learn how to generate your graphs or your charts using applications or software such as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, Google Docs, yun. Kingsoft, okay din. So, proceed na tayo sa kung paano mag-generate ng instant na chart or instant na graph. Let's go to the Insert tab. Ito po, pakitingnan yung cursor ko. So, Insert. And then you will see there, under the Illustrations group, Chart. So, click natin si Chart. And then from here, makikita na natin kaagad from the choices, si XY scatter. Yung po yung maraming tuldok. Ayan. Just press OK. And of course, be patient. Kasi baka mabagal din yung laptop nyo or yung device nyo just like mine. Alright. And you can expect a dialog box from Excel or a pop-up Excel after nyong mapili si scatter plot. So, for here, input lang natin yung data natin. Ang data natin dito, for the X values, ito yung mga independent. We have height in inches. Tapos dun sa kabila, we have the weight in kilograms. Yan. Now, let's input our data points or data set. The first respondent, ang height niya is 63. Ako ito. Next, yung susunod na respondent, 60. Susunod na respondent, 68. Susunod na respondent, 70. Followed by 61. Followed by 63. Next is 62. Followed by 69. 68. And finally, we have 66. Now, let's input our data for the weight. The first respondent weighs 55. Followed by 49. Followed by 85, mabigat siya. Next, we have 90. Followed by 52, 54, 55, 80, 79, and finally, we have 52 for the last respondent. So, after nyo ma-input lahat ng mga nandyan, check nyo ulit yung chart nyo or yung graph nyo. You will come up with something like this. Okay? Alright. Now, let's go back to the idea of dependent and independent variable and their relationship. Do you think that the height has an effect on the weight of the respondents? Yes. So, visually, pag tinignan nyo yung graph natin, sara muna natin to. Pag tinignan natin yung graph natin, makikita natin that parang papataas yung trend or yung behavior ng mga tuldok. That means that as the height increases, the weight of the respondents increases as well. So, balik lang tayo dun sa dati nating ginagawa noon for arranging or improving your chart. So, pwede nating baguhin yung chart style. Pili lang tayo ng maganda. Parang ito yung gusto ko, itong gray. Yan. And then, of course, nakalagay dun sa steps natin kanina, dapat may proper labels. So, lagay tayo ng axis title. For the primary horizontal, this is the axis for the height in inches. Now, let's put a label on the vertical line. Ito na siya. We have weight in kilograms. And of course, ito, automatically, pag nag-generate nga pala kayo ng ganitong klase ng graph, scatter plot, ang ilalagay niyang title sa inyo, yung title nung dependent variable, which is the weight in kilograms. Kaya nakalagay dito kanina, weight kilograms. But the proper title should be this one. So, the nature of your data. So, saan ang galing yung data nyo? At ano yung laman ng data nyo? So, this is the height and weight of 10 randomly selected college students. Ha, naghahang na naman siya. Hintayin lang natin. Oh, Diyos ko po, nag-not responding na. Ayun, lumabas na siya. Ayan. So, this is the height and the weight of 10 randomly selected college students. Okay. So, I hope that was clear. Now, let's move forward to the time series graph. So, for time series graphs, these are used to plot quantitative data taken at regular intervals over a period of time. Take note, magagamit mo lang siya pag quantitative ang data mo. So, these are the steps. First, draw a horizontal line, x-axis, for the data points for time intervals. So, ang nakalagay, dito kanina, parehas silang quantitative, di ba? Pero nakalagay dito, height. Ngayon naman, for the time series, laging ang nakalagay lang dito, yung time taken at regular intervals. Next, draw a vertical line, y-axis, for the quantitative data corresponding for every given time. Next, plot each data point on the plane and draw a smooth curve or draw a straight line connecting all the points. Let's have this as an example. So, para sa example, kinuha ko kanina yung temperature natin for the next 5 days. So, this is in degrees Celsius. Today is Tuesday. The temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. And tomorrow, iinit na. 28 degrees Celsius na siya. On Thursday, hala, papainit siya. 29 degrees Celsius na. On Friday and Saturday, mas mainit. 30 degrees Celsius na. So, the bolded values here are the highs for the next 5 days, yung highest temperature natin. And the lows, ito yung mga nandito. We can expect the lowest temperatures to be 24 degrees Celsius for the next 5 days. Gawa natin siya ng time series graph. Again, punta lang tayo sa insert. Under illustrations group, we can see their chart. Huwag kayong maghanap dito ng time series graph kasi hindi nyo talaga siya makikita. Hindi siya given dito. Instead, you will choose or you have to choose line. So, dun sa default ng charts for Microsoft Word, masyadong marami yung grupo na ibibigay niya sa'yo. May category 1, category 2, category 3. Ito, pwede naman iset natin yung series natin. Pero dalawang series lang yung gawin natin. Delete natin to. So, delete mo lang siya. So, yung isa ay yung highest temperatures. For the next 5 days, of course. And then, this is the lowest temperature. Yan. For category 1, of course, yung unang araw natin, we have Tuesday. Balikan nga natin yung data natin. Yan, Tuesday, followed by Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, shortcut yun yung ginawa ko. I-drag nyo lang siya pababa. Magja-generate na siya kung gaano kalayo yung data na gusto nyong makuha. Pwede pa i-extend ulit. Sunod yan, Sunday. Tapos babalik ng Monday. Ganun. Now, let's record the highest temperatures for the next 5 days. On Tuesday, the highest temperature will be 26. Mas i-define pala natin to na maayos. Highest temperature in degree Celsius. Yan. Tapos tong kabila, i-define din natin na mas maayos. Gawin natin siyang lowest temperature. Sure. In degree Celsius. Ayan. Para mas well-defined. Now, let's record. Empty ko na nga muna to. Baka malito kayo eh. Ganun talaga pagka nag-generate tayo ng graph ha. May naka-default na values na ipapakita sa inyo. For the sake of illustration lang yun. Siyempre, papalitan nyo siya. We have next 28 for Wednesday. For Thursday, 29. Sabi ko nga, painit siya ng painit. Friday, 30 na. Saturday, 30 na. Tapos ito walang pagbabago. Lagi siyang 24. I-expect daw natin na lagi ang pinakamalamig na temperature for a given time, for a given day ay 24. Now, para may check nga natin, tama. Ayan, tama. So, let's check our graph. So, for the graph, ito siya. Ayan. Ito yung magiging itsura ng graph natin. On Tuesday, you can expect it to be 26. Ayan. Ayan sila. Followed by, ito, Wednesday, 28. For Thursday, pag nilagay nyo yung cursor nyo doon, lalabas yung value. Ayan, 29. Pag tinapat natin yung cursor natin sa kanya, for Friday, the value is 30. And of course, ito, straight line lang siya. Kasi lagi lang siyang 24, the lowest temperature in degree Celsius. And again, you can customize your chart. Yan. Para mas madali siyang makita. Mas maganda yung ganito. Yan. Pwede rin naman na ganito. Ito yung mas gusto ko. So, syempre, input proper labels. Yan. Kita tayo dito yung chart title. So, this is the highest and lowest temperature for the next 5 days. Yan. Tapos, pwede pa natin siya i-customize lalo. Add chart element. So, si axis title. Primary, horizontal. These are days of the week. For example, yan. Days of the week. Tapos, dito naman sa kabila, sa vertical, sulat natin dito. Ito yung, hindi ko siya maklik. Ayan. Temperature. Tama ba spelling ko? Temperature in degree Celsius. Ayan. So, that is going to be the end of our discussion for today. I hope I made it very clear kung paano mag-generate ng mga graphs and kung saan gagamitin yung dalawang bagong graphs na inintroduce natin, scatter plot and time series graph. So, thank you for listening and I'll see you next time. Hopefully later. Bye!